Hello, welcome to Janet Crawley Art and Yoga YouTube channel. And this is Sam here, my hound dog. And he's here to help me begin this class because he is kind of my inspiration for today. We went on a walk today and it's just so beautiful. And it's always so much fun to take him out and see how excited he is and how he loves to run around and smell everything, and he's happy, and I just love watching him because it just is uplifting. And when we were out there, we just saw this beautiful tree out in the park, and this practice today is all about being strong and having a grounding practice. So we're going to be doing some balancing too. Now that tree was inspirational to me because it's a beautiful, huge, I think an oak tree maybe, and it has multiple huge branches, like multiple trunks even, reaching for the sky. And the sky today is blue and the sun is shining. And then the roots would just reach down into the ground, holding this beautiful, huge trunk of this tree. And it was windy out, so it was blowing around, but that tree was solid and grounded and rooted into the ground. And so that's the visual I want you to have today as we begin our practice with a seated breathing experience. Okay, so a little bit of pranayama today. And I don't know if Sam is going to stay here for this pranayama practice, but he might. He kind of likes to hang around. You know, he's a hound dog. So I invite you now to just find a place to sit comfortably, maybe on a blanket or on a bolster or a block. I'm sitting on a block here. It helps me feel more comfortable with my knees. And then we're going to close our eyes. So go ahead and close your eyes and just listen to my voice. And we're going to take some breaths in. I want you to just notice your breath as it moves in across your nostrils. And as you exhale, just enjoying the feel of that breath, filling the lungs, and exhaling. Each time we breathe in positivity, energy, and as we breathe out, we exhale that which doesn't serve us anymore, any tension, just breathe it away. Begin to feel the inside of the body and just notice, so letting the shoulders relax down. Letting the tightness move out of your shoulders and down your back. Letting each breath move you a little deeper. Feeling your sit bones wherever they are touching, whether it's a block or on your mat, or maybe you're even sitting in a chair right now. Feel the sit bones grounded and feel you supported by the ground underneath you. Just as if you have the roots of the tree rooting down deep into the earth, connecting you to that wonderful energy. And as you breathe in, you breathe it up through those roots, through the spine, all the way to the crown of the head. And you exhale and relax a little deeper, letting the neck be long, your chin drawing in a little bit. Coming to this moment, allowing your body to feel supported by the earth. We're going to do a little pranayama practice with counting. I'll help you count. Bring an inhale, counting to 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold for 2, 3, 4. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hold out 2, 3, 4. Inhale 2, 3, 4. Hold out, hold in, 2, 3, 4. Exhale to 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold out 2, 3, 4. Inhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold 2, 3, 4. Exhale 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold the breath out 2, 3, 4. Breathe in 2, 3, 4. Hold 2, 3, 4. Exhale 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Breathe in 2, 3, 4. Breathe out 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Notice your body. Notice your mind, hopefully more settled, more quiet, more aware of your body in space on your mat. Very good. We're going to move down to the mat now on our backs, please. Let's find a place where you can be comfortable on your back. And here we're going to melt as well. Just melt the muscles of the spine as we come down to ground. With our breath, we inhale, noticing the expansiveness through the rib cage. And we exhale and relax. Beginning to notice the muscles along the spine, letting go into the ground. The tightness in the shoulders, releasing into the floor. With each inhale and exhale, we become a little more aware. Let's take 2 big breaths with a loud exhale. Inhale. We're going to bend our knees now. Not too tightly. We'll relax them a little. We need to have a little bit of space underneath our knees. We're going to practice this movement for our spine to flush the spine with fluid. So we press gently with the toes and the inside of the foot along down into the heel of both feet. And we just press into the floor a little bit so that we begin to move the body up and down, just gently and quickly. It's more of a quick little movement, so we're not using a lot of muscles to push back and forth slowly. It's a loose kind of rocking motion. And hopefully you will feel this all the way up into your head and your neck. You'll notice it moving and into the shoulders. That's what we want. I want to let that should feel really good. Let it just move up and down. We're letting our bodies come into contact with the floor, with gravity. We're moving the lymph in the body up and down the spine, spinal column. Let's reach the arms up overhead and just let them float here. We're not trying to reach to the ceiling. We're not stiff. We're really having loose wrists here. And they are actually beginning to kind of rock as well, just like we're doing with the rest of the body. And from here, we're going to let the arms come overhead to the floor. And it's a soft placement, so we're not stretching and reaching. It's just setting them down and noticing the opening through the chest and the heart here. And then we're going to bring the arms back up, floating them for a moment overhead, reaching the right arm out to the side. The left arm comes over the body and rests wherever it's comfortable. We can turn our eyes over to the right arm. And then we're going to bring them both up again, floating, and release the left arm down to the other side. Right arm comes across the body, and we're gazing that direction as well. All the while, we keep pressing into the feet, rocking, that wonderful rocking motion. Let's come back up, and we'll do that again with our arms. So floating overhead, and then allowing that arms to reach to the floor above our head. And if your arms don't touch the floor, that's okay. That's no worries. And we come back up to the ceiling and reach the right arm out to the side. Let's gaze over those fingertips. Good. Does this feel good? Let's reach up and to the other side. Left arm reaches out. Our other arm slides across our chest. And we'll come back up and relax the arms down. And then let's relax the legs down too and just notice if there's any change in our body as we let the legs become straight. Notice if maybe there's a little bit more of your spine, maybe touching the floor. Maybe there's a little bit more relaxation through the muscles there. Big inhale and long, slow exhale. It should feel good. Good. Now I invite you to roll over to your side and onto your stomach. And here we're going to move into a movement for our backs, but it's very gentle movement. So we're not straining the back. We want to gradually warm it up. So our forearms are on the mat, but our head is in alignment with our spine. So it's not hanging down and it's not looking up. Try and stay with a nice gradual line that goes straight up the spine behind the head. And we're going to simply look and turn and look back at the left leg, staying low, and then inhale back to center. Exhale and look back at the other side, the other foot, and inhale back to center. Exhale, looking back. Inhale, forward. Exhale, looking back. You might notice that as you look back at your foot, your leg rolls in, your heel rolls into the center, towards the center of the body a little bit. It's just a natural roll. We're going to add now on the left side a bending of that left knee. We're we are flexing the foot as well. So we're drawing this knee up as we look over at it. And when we come back to center, we're pressing out with that heel, coming back to center. On the other side, right knee bends, we slide it up, looking over at it, and then press it out, coming back to center. Let's do that a few times. Just adding a little bit of movement now into the spine, a little bit different. One more time on each side. Good. We're going to add another movement here. You may have seen this on an earlier video, one that I did live, and I'm redoing it now so that we'll have that in our choices of videos to watch, because it's a wonderful posture to do, or this series of movements that we're doing right now. Now, as we turn and we bring that left leg up, we're going to bring our right arm underneath and to the other side, reaching out. Lean over or come across with the left arm, and our heart is facing towards the ceiling now. We're looking up. Wide open arms. Now, as we come back, we're going to follow this left arm with our eyes. So we gaze up, over the head. The arm slides along near the floor, and we press that leg away as we come back to center. The right arm comes back under. On the other side, same thing. Drawing that right knee up, we slide the left arm underneath and bring the right arm out to the side. Just enjoy this. You can move as quickly as you want to or as slowly as you want to. You might want to stay open here for a moment or two if it feels good. And when you're ready, you're going to press this right arm, press this right leg, and follow the right arm across the arc over the head, coming back to center. And now I just invite you to do that a few times, however it feels good to you. Remembering to breathe and just enjoying this movement. We're really bringing synovial fluid into the body through the spine, bathing all of these vertebrae, creating a little bit more motion in the spine so it's easier to move. Staying low in this grounded practice before we begin to do some balance postures. Good. Whenever you find yourself done with that posture, you can come to child pose. We sit back towards our heels into child pose, or you could come into what we call puppy, which our bum is a little higher off of the heels perhaps. Arms can come down. So here we relax back towards the heels to whatever feels comfortable. We can support our forehead with stacked hands here. And just take a couple breaths. Letting yourself connect into the body. Noticing if it has any little messages for you. Maybe rocking a little bit from side to side. Just noticing how you want to move here with your body. There's lots of latitude. It doesn't have to be stiff and exact.
From here, we're going to reach the arms out in front of us with wide fingers and actually walk the hands off of the mat, reaching out to the side and finding a big stretch. If we're reaching to the left, we're going to find a big stretch on the right side of the body as we sit back towards our heels. Take a big full breath and feel the expansion through the rib cage. And we walk our hands back through the center and over to the other side. Those big breaths really help us expand the muscles in the rib cage. And we come back to center. Coming onto all fours now, lining up our knees over our ankles, our hands underneath our shoulders. Let's see if I can center myself a little bit better here. So now we're going to move into a balance pose. And I want you to engage the belly, the low belly. You're going to lift in on the low belly. And we're going to extend the right toes out first, and we can just leave them here on the floor to begin with, and reach with the left arm. If you want, you can lift that right leg, pressing through the right heel, leaving it at hip distance height. Reaching with your fingertips, reaching with the toes or the heel. Our eyes can stay on the mat, keeping our head and neck in alignment. Let's take 5 breaths here. We've been here for about 2, 3, 4, 5, and release hand and knee at the same time. On the other side, we extend the left toes out and engage the toe and pull in on the belly. Lift the right arm out. If you want to, you can stay here with the foot on the floor, or you can lift that leg and press through the heel, draw in the belly, engage the glute here. This glute should be nice and tight. 5 breaths. 3, 2, stretch a little farther. 1, and release. Sit back to child pose for a moment and just notice how that feels. This is a good time to take care of your wrists, roll the wrists or massage them if you need to. Good. Coming back onto all fours. Let's move to spinal balance one more time, and we're going to just flow now at your own pace with your breath. So as we extend the right leg and reach with the left, when we lift up, we inhale and we exhale, slowly coming back, at the same time, staying stable through the hip area. Inhaling other side, exhaling, moving at your own pace. Feeling strong and stable, noting the earth is supporting us. It's pushing up against us to lift us. And last time on each side. And we come to sitting. We can stand on our knees here. You might want to have a blanket under your knees. And we're going to work a little bit with the core and with the side bodies, stretching into that area. Let's reach the right arm up. And if we have a tendency to bring it forward where it's a little more relaxed, let's see if we can open the shoulder a little more by reaching back, drawing the belly in, hugging in gently with the bum, and reaching the arm up so that we have straight elbows, not bent. We'll do one arm at a time. All of this is engaged, strong, shoulder resting down on the left side, reaching up, breathing. And let's release that arm and we'll move to the left side. Reach up, bring the arm back if you can. Straighten the elbow, draw in the belly, the low belly. Engage the glutes behind you. Sometimes this is a lot of work. It's easy to forget about doing the rest of this. If I didn't engage this part, this is what it would look like. All of a sudden, everything just relaxes down and I don't feel connected anymore to this arm very much or even into my feet. So that's why we reach up, straighten the elbow, draw in the belly, engage the glutes nice and strong, and breathe. And let's release. Maybe roll the shoulders. And we're going to reach both arms up. Now let's see how we do here. Straightening elbows. Making sure that you don't move to the side here. Making sure that when you reach up, you're not rolling into this low back. That's where you want to draw the belly in and the hips under you, engaging this part as you reach up. Breathing, reaching, releasing, coming down. Good job. Let's roll the shoulders. Let's reach the arms up and around, up and around, up and around. And then we're going to reach behind us, clasp our hands. Another time here, we have to engage the low belly, draw the buttocks in, engage the butt, reach the arms around. We roll the shoulder blades back and down. So we are engaging the shoulder area, shining the heart forward. It's an upper back bend, not a lower back bend here. Another way you can do this is to bring your hands right up close to your armpits here and just lift them up as high as you can and roll the shoulder blades back. That's another way to come into this nice upper back bend. It's a heart opening. Good, let's relax down. Take a couple breaths where you are. And then I invite you to make your way to a standing pose so we can walk our feet forward if we'd like here. Finding a forward fold. Our feet are right underneath our hips. We're allowing the body to just drape down. We're hinged at the hip. We're going to come up, look out in front of us like a monkey. Exhale back into forward fold. Look out into the front of us. And exhale back down. And this time we're going to bring the hands all the way to the thighs. We're going to move into cat and cow standing. So with our knees bent and our hands on our thighs, we're going to look up, and we have a kind of a bit of a sway in our back here. And then we draw the belly back towards our spine and drop the head. We pull in here. We inhale into cow, exhale into cat. Moving back and forth, feeling very fluid, hopefully, or maybe a little more fluid than when we first started. Cat and cow, looking up and then exhaling into cat, arching the spine. And one more. From here, we're going to lift up, reach the arms. Good. Come back down, hands at heart. And let's just notice for a moment, we're pausing here. Noticing how we feel. Noticing what our balance feels like as we're standing now. Breathing in, letting that air out. From here, we're walking wide. Feet are wide on the mat. Our toes are pointing towards corners, perhaps, on the floor. And we're going to move into moonflower and sunflower, really strengthening through the legs now. Exhale, hugging the elbows in, bending the knees, making sure the knees are pointing towards our toes, not coming in towards the front. So that means we're engaging these inner thighs. Inhale up, exhale, inhale. Warming up the body in this way with a little bit more of an aerobic feel. Breathing in through the nose and breathing out through the nose, keeping the heat in the body. And from here, we move into sunflower, hinging forward, flat back. Scoop the sunflowers, toss them. Exhale, inhale, exhale. We're still bending the knees. Strong bodies, moving and breathing, moving all this prana through the body, up through the feet, through the fingertips. Yes. And let's relax the arms down. We're going to try one more kind of movement like this, but I'm going to call it bird, like a flying bird, where we step forward and step back, kind of getting used to a balance pose in a way. So we're step forward with our left leg, and we're going to reach the arms out like we're flying, and then we exhale, come back. We inhale and exhale. Inhale, exhale. Just kind of fun thinking of a bird flying.
On my walk today, I saw an eagle soaring over the park. Beautiful. Good, and let's come back. Place hands at heart. Close your eyes and just notice. Maybe you feel some tingling in the body. Maybe you feel a little bit more alive, a little bit more energetic, maybe warmer. We've been moving the blood, breathing in, breathing out. So a little bit more balance practice here. We're going to step forward with our right foot at about, if you think of a clock and right in front of you is 12 o'clock, we're going to step out to about 2 o'clock with our right foot. So we step out and then we come back. We step out and we come back. We step out and we come back. Let's reach our arms forward and come back. Step out and come back. And let's do the other side. Step out, come back. Good. And one more here. And let's see if we can do a circling around of our hands. Let's do a stepping out, circling around, and coming back. 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 So what's happening here is we come off balance, we come back into balance. So it's a really good way to practice a balance pose to build your strength and your awareness through your feet. Let's come back to hands at heart. Breathe. Close your eyes. Notice your body. From our hands at our heart and our feet right underneath our hips here, about hip distance wide, we're going to move into chair pose. So let's circle sweep up. Bring the hands back together and draw the hands towards the heart. Sitting back into chair. Our knees line up over our ankles. Our bum is behind us. We draw the belly in. So we're hugging the belly in here. Circle sweep up. Exhale. Feel your heels pressing in. You have weight in the heels. You might even have your toes up here, spread apart. You can try that. Inhale, exhale, toes up, heels pressed in. Inhale, exhale. One more in this way. This next one, we're going to reach up and leave the arms up, lengthening through the side body. Still bending the knees. This time, however, when our arms are up, our knees might come over the top of our feet a little more. Breathing here. Good. Keep going. Keep breathing. Lengthen through the side body. And release down and back up. And let's just stand for a moment. Close your eyes again. Good. Let's move into another balance pose here. We're going to extend the right toes out. We're going to move into tree pose. Standing on our left foot, it's a little bit bent. We draw the right toe in. We focus out on the floor somewhere, a little non-moving spot out there. And we can lift this knee straight up, and this is maybe the first phase. My foot is setting against my leg, but I could also open this knee to the side. My heel is a little bit below my knee. And I can make these branches come up. Good. The leaves are waving in the air. Smile for your balance. And come back and release that foot down. And let's go to the other side. Extending the left toes out. Lift up through the body, lifting in the belly. Slide this left leg in. Coming straight up maybe to begin with. And if you want to stay here, that's fine. Or you can bring the knee out to the side. Heel is below the kneecap. And breathe here. Feel the roots of that tree that we talked about in the beginning. You are the oak tree. You are grounded into the earth. Arms raise up as leaves and branches. Good. Yes. And if you fall out, that's fine. Just find your way back. And we bring the hands back down and release that foot. Let's bring our hands to the thighs and just kind of move the thighs a little bit. Maybe into like a little figure eight, maybe. Good. And we're going to slide our hands down the legs into a forward fold. Let the head drop down. Shake it no and yes. Nice big breath. Let's lift the hands off of the floor if they are on the floor and begin to just rock from side to side with ragdoll arms. Twisting to one side, then the other. Good. All right, excellent. From here, we're going to slide back up, standing tall, noticing how our legs feel. We've been working a lot with strength in the legs, balance on each side. Let's come down now onto the floor. I'd like you to lay down all the way onto your backs. And once again, while we're down here, we're just going to relax. Let the legs be long. Let the shoulders be soft. Notice where you feel anything, any sensations. Just notice as you breathe, maybe something in your low back or maybe in your shoulder area. We're going to bend our knees now. And
from here, let the knees tip in, let the feet be a little wide. Knees are touching each other as they're bent. And we're going to press into the feet and tuck the low back down into the mat. And then let it come up off of the mat. So we're kind of tilting and pressing through the pelvis. Pressing down in the mat and then allowing the low back to come up off the mat. Just keep moving there and noticing, feeling the sacrum moving back and forth. And then let's lift our left knee in towards the chest and the right knee in towards the chest. My hands are behind my kneecaps, but you could put them over the top if that feels good. And I'm letting my knees rock in and relax out a little bit, in and out. So it's kind of a rocking motion for the whole spine. And then let's open the knees wide and then rotate them back to the center. Hug them in. Open, circle around, hug them in. Just noticing how the hips feel, how the low back feels. Let's go the other direction. And when we come back in, hugging the knees in, let's press the feet towards the ceiling now. We're going to massage the backs of our legs. Let the feet dangle up here. You can paddle them a little bit loosely, letting them just be floppy. Massaging into the backs of the legs. And then we're going to straighten those legs, place them together so the feet are touching. Let's play, you know what? Let's do this first. Bend your knees and let's sit on our arms first for this next part. So we're sitting on the arms. They're like little railroad tracks under our buttocks. Then we're going to lift these feet up. And from here, we're going to rotate both legs as one, making little circles on the ceiling. So we're working a little bit into the abdominal muscles here, or a lot, into the core. We're making a little bit bigger circles as we go, a little bit bigger. Keep breathing. Breathing into these big, wide circles. And when you've gone as wide as you want to go, we're going to go the other direction and we're going to get smaller, a little bit at a time. A little bit smaller, a little bit smaller. All the way into a little circle towards the top of the ceiling, a tiny circle. And when we come to a stop, we're going to press the heels and point the toes and press and point and press and point and press and point. Let's release the feet down. Remove our arms from underneath us. Let them relax out to the side, however you'd like. And from here, I'd like for you to widen your feet all the way to the edges of your mat and the floor. So they're wide knees. And we're going to let the knees rock over to the right side. Just let them be We're going to turn our head the opposite direction. And a gentle twist. Feeling re-grounded into the earth. Let's come up into the center. Feet are wide again, and then lower the knees to the other side, turning our head, looking over the right arm. Breathing in deeply and letting go that which you don't need to hold on to anymore. Just enjoy this moment for you and your body. Each breath releases something that you've been holding on to. Whether it's a physical sensation or even an emotional situation, see if you can be willing to let it release. We'll come back into the center. Let's reach the hands to the knees and hug them in towards us. Releasing the feet back to the mat. We're going to lift the right knee, lift the right ankle to the left knee into a bridge on our back side. So we flex the right ankle. And with our right hand, if we'd like, we can press away very gently, pressing that knee just gently away from us. And then we can take that right knee, put the right foot on the mat, lift the left ankle onto the right knee. We're going to flex that left ankle so it's nice and strong here. And with our left hand, we can place a little bit of pressure against that left knee, just opening up a little bit farther. Feeling that stretch in our hip flexor. You be the judge of how it feels for your body. So never any pinching or pain. Breathing, enjoying. And then let's release that foot back down. We're going to roll onto our side and come up to a sitting position. Crossing our legs. We're finding a place that is best for you for sitting, whatever feels most comfortable for you. Just going to sit tall, close our eyes. If you need to, you can bring your hands behind you to support yourself. Visualizing the beautiful oak tree with roots moving down into the earth through us. Being solid and grounded as the oak tree. Being able to enjoy whatever is happening around us without it disturbing our peace, our rootedness, our groundedness, because we know how to find that again in the midst of chaos, in the midst of storms in our life. Be like the oak tree. Breathing in the stability,
breathing out the tension. And we can bring our hands to our heart and think of something that we are grateful for today. Express that. Express it silently or out loud, joyfully. I thank you so much for being here today, joining me. Please subscribe to the channel. Namaste.